Hey there, welcome to day 38 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently, we are at 1147 after beating our highest rated opponent yesterday. He was over 1250, he was like 1260 something. Um, and right now I'm outside. I don't know if the noises are picking up in the audio, but yeah, people are sleeping inside, so I couldn't record inside. So we're setting up outside, and we're still going to get a game in out here. Let's go ahead and jump in. 15-minute rapid game. Got an 1156. So he's a little bit higher rated than me. Hopefully the audio and everything is good here. Yeah, we get a move. We got d4 again, so we're going to keep doing the Slav defense. Okay, he's going for the London system, which is what I play. I don't know exactly what the best way to play the Slav against the London is, but let's just try to go for the usual stuff. Or should I try to play like c5 and queen b6 and all that? Let's just start with this. Yeah, I think I'll push this first. I want to get my bishop out first. Yeah, maybe I should get the bishop out first. Do the like copycat bishop setup. Then I'm interested in playing e6, bishop b4, maybe. Maybe the queen here. Actually, no, yeah, I think queen here. We got to see how he responds to that. But I don't know when the best time to play it is. But it can be a pretty strong move against the London. Okay, so I think if I trade this off, he takes back with the queen, and then when I play this, he can't protect the pawn with the queen. So he's going to need to move the rook or push the pawn. I wanted to go here first, because then once... Oh, he could castle. Queenside to protect the pawn. Okay, let's just see what he goes for. I think it's generally a strong move regardless. Okay, he does go for castling queenside. His rook and his queen are connected now. They are locked behind this pawn. So they can't do any damage at the moment. Let's just... I connect this. I don't have anything here yet. Let's just go ahead and connect this. I haven't warmed up or anything, and I'm pretty tired, so I'm hoping that I can not miss anything, any major, not have any major blunders or anything like that here. Can't go there. I think let's get our knight developed first. I don't really want him coming into any of these squares, so I might just push this first. He can't come into here. I think if I go here, he goes into there, a trade, then I need to hop my knight back. But I think that's not a huge deal. So let's just go here and probably trade. If he comes in, I don't want him having a strong knight on this outpost. We go here and try to get him to trade and take back with the queen, but I probably should keep my queen over here. Keep some pressure on him. So I think I'll take. Can't go here. I can go here and threaten this fork. He'll probably need to drop the queen back or just move a rook over to protect it. Then I won't be able to hop back to this square. So if he pushes a pawn after that, I could be forced to come over here, which is pretty inactive, but I guess I'm only one move from coming back to f5, which is a little bit better. Here, here, here. Well, I could just try to trade the bishop, actually. Yeah. Okay, let's just do that. Take there. I do need to castle in just a sec. Oh, he takes with the bishop. For some reason, I thought he was going to take with the pawn. So I can go here, threaten the bishop and the fork here. He'll need to protect the fork. He could just do it with the bishop. But in that case, I don't have anything really to counter that. And I could try to push this pawn, maybe. But I don't have anything supporting it. Okay, let's just go here and we don't need to move the knight since he didn't take with the pawn. Let's just develop our bishop and get ready to castle. I think I could go here. I still have this, but I think he still just comes back. And I'm threatening the pawn, but only one time. I don't really want him to have like a pawn storm here. We can't push that one yet because I could take it with the knight. Push that. Let's just go here to kind of block off any pawn storm. I'm still like trying to learn how to defend against these different like pawn attacking ideas. Sometimes it can be complicated. So let's lock this up here. I think if he takes, I'll just take back. If he goes here, then I do have a nice outpost for my knight. Although he could push that pawn. But I would still be threatening the bishop and the fork. Once again, he'll just come back though. If I take like this, I get the pawn for free. But then he's going to push this one to open up. Well, no, because once he pushes one square, I have two attackers here. So I think I can take it. Although he could take this, and then he might be able to push it. I also can castle queenside if I want. I haven't committed to castling kingside yet, which is where he's trying to attack, so maybe I will end up castling queenside. Maybe I'll take the pawn, let him try to do this little attack, and then castle over here. Although I can't right now with the bishop, but Okay, if I take here, this pawn will hang. I could take it like this. Take. Then I'm still up a pawn. This one. I can connect this and castle queenside. Let me make sure. If I go here, if he takes this first, and I take this, he takes this, then I can't take back here because he's threatening to come down here and skewer the king and the rook. So that's a little bit of an issue. So I might just want to take first like this. Let him have the pawn that way. Let's just take this way. Oh, never mind. He can't take the pawn. Oh no, he can, because this is... Yeah. The knight is pinned to the rook now, until I can castle here. So if he takes the pawn, I'll go here. I need to go back somewhere. Then I'll be aiming to castle. But if he goes back here, I can't castle yet, so that would be a problem. I could also just play king d7 and connect the rooks like that, which maybe would be better if I can't castle. Okay, instead he attacks this pawn. I think I might go here, force him back, and then play this and support this pawn. And then he won't have the ability to take this one. So here, he can't go to any of these squares, he needs to go back to one of these squares. Try that. Then we go here, or if I take here, that doesn't work because it's still pinned. So I'm definitely thinking of playing king d7. Because once I connect the rooks, this pin is not active. I can take the bishop, but I do want to protect the pawn first, I think. Let's go for that. But because he didn't take this one back, we are just up 2 pawns now. So my main concern will be my king safety. Okay, well he goes back to threaten this pawn, but I think I could just go here, and that wouldn't be a big deal. Just trade that off. He would be able to come into here, but if I play king d7, he probably needs to get away. So let's just do that. I really need to connect these rooks though. I think I like my position for the most part. And I also have to start considering if I want to go for any pawn breaks. Maybe c5. Get the trade. Now I am able to castle, so I'll probably just do that. Can't right now though. Okay, he wants to come into this outpost, which will be really strong. I think I want to drop back to here. It puts me on this diagonal. All these squares are covered, so I can't go to any of them for now. But it also protects this square, because once the knight comes in, he will be threatening to come into this square, which could be like a fork of some of my pieces at some point, as well as protecting this pawn. Actually, no, I don't protect this pawn when I'm here, so I might have to move again to protect it. But let's start by going here. Okay, now I need to protect the pawn, so I could go here or here. I think, no, I can't go here because that knight looks at that. So, or here. I think I like this more. Or I could always go with the king, but I think I want a castle now that I have the ability to. So yeah, I think this, because if I go here, I lose my ability to move on this rank. But if I go here, I still can move around side to side. That pawn's covered, and once I castle, I'll be covering that as well. Knights are my biggest weakness, so I gotta always be careful I'm not missing anything. Everything should be covered here. But I miss knight moves all the time, even like super obvious ones. Okay, he wants to double up, but I think I have time to protect. Do I want to kick the knight first? I play that. Can't go to any of these squares. He could go here, but that's pretty passive. But he would still be threatening to come into this square at some point if the queen moved. I really don't like the knight in this square, so I kind of want to kick it. But then it does weaken this pawn. As well as this one's already weak, so 2 weak pawns here could be an issue. But I think leaving the knight on that outpost is more of a risk. So if I go here, yeah, let's do that. So either he needs to, can't go here, he needs to either go here, here, or here. Okay. If I push that, he still has this square. But then I push my pawns pretty far in front of my king. Let's go ahead and castle first. But I really have to just be careful for the queen. Oh yeah, actually he does have that check there. Oh yeah, no, actually, I didn't realize he had this check. This pawn's still protected, but I don't really like that. Okay, he doesn't go for that. He's just trying to double up. I can protect like this, and the queen is no longer tied down to these pawns because the knight's not threatening them. I think I want to protect like that. There. We're going to go like this. But no, because then the knight is still pinned. If I go like this, the knight is no longer pinned. Oh wait, no it is, because this still needs 2 defenders. If I go here... it's a little bit tricky still, actually. I need to be able to go, I think, here, and then double up the rooks behind the knight. But the knight is still pinned because he has 2 attackers on this rook. Now they have 1 defender. But once I can go here and here, it should be okay. I think just want to go here. The pawn will be pinned, this one, but this pawn is still protected by both of these, so it should be okay. Could go here. Actually, maybe I should go here because then he doesn't have any checks here. These are the kind of moves I have to be most careful about when my king doesn't have a lot of protection and the queen's over here and the knight. But I think this, because he doesn't have a light square bishop. So the light square, I mean, he doesn't have either bishop actually, so. But yeah, he doesn't have any good ways to check me here. This allows me the option to come over to support both these pawns in the center. Okay, I think this actually. I don't know which one's better. This one does allow this pin, but I kind of like the option of coming into the middle for safety if I need to. Yeah, we do have a decent advantage with the pawns, but we really have to keep the king safe here. And also make sure to protect this knight, which is getting attacked pretty heavily. Oh wait, actually, you know what? He just cut off his... Did he just cut off his last escape square for the knight? Oh no, because once I push this, he regains this square. So I can't trap the knight. So here I'm thinking this... He is just sacrificing this pawn, but he obviously must have a tactical idea behind it. I'm thinking I take like this and then push this, because I already have double pawns here. Here... What idea is he going for? Do you want to... Yeah, I don't want to take with this one, because I don't want to allow this pawn to push. So yeah, I think taking with the double pawn... I don't know what he exactly is going for. I guess he wants to triple up here. If he does triple up, that could actually be an issue. Oh yeah, no, he can't. This pawn's still covering that, so he can't triple up there for now. But if he got rid of this pawn, I don't think he can though. So yeah, I think I'm just going to take here. To me, that looks pretty good. Can't allow this pawn to come here, and then he has two attackers on this. I mean, I'd be forced to bring my rook here, I think, to protect it, and that just doesn't look very good. So I think I need to go here. But unfortunately, that gives him this outpost again. Allow this. Then I play this. Then I have no way to triple protect. Or, yeah, I have no way to move the knight in that case. Could also try to go for checks here. Like here and then here. Here, knight comes in. I don't want to allow that knight in, I really don't. Here, that doesn't work. Okay, maybe I will just allow the knight in. Because this looks maybe worse. Completely will tie up my rook. And it will become useless. So we're going to have to allow the knight in. I feel like it's worse to have my rook completely tied up than to allow the knight to have this outpost. Alright, so the knight gets the outpost. Think of going here and then try to get some attacking ideas here. But I also really want to lift this rook up and double them. Go here. Oh, actually I just hung... Oh no, that was bad. My time was getting low and I just made a terrible mistake. Yeah, I still need to work on my speed quite a bit. Here. And I can't take with that or I'll lose the knight. So I have to take with this. He's going to take this pawn. Yeah, that messed me up quite a bit. I'm going to just go for this check. And I do at least protect this pawn. This one's still in trouble. Oh, I just misclicked. I did not mean to do that. I don't know if that was... I have to move. Because if I block and he takes, then he wins the knight. So let's try to get my king over here to protect. Screwed now. Because that's a skewer on that. Yeah, I messed up really bad. I was doing good and then I made one mistake. And I don't know how that misclick affected me because I was going to probably play something else, but I didn't have time to figure it out. So I think I'm just going to resign because I'm definitely losing right now. I'm going to lose the knight next, I think. Well, I guess I could hop it away, but yeah. Alright, let's check the game review. Yeah, okay, I played pretty bad there. I had low accuracy, 64.6. Had one blunder, which obviously was at the end there when I allowed that fork. He played pretty well. He had three great moves, 74.1% accuracy. I'll go through the moves real quick. I'm curious. Oh, you know what's interesting is I think, was he winning actually? Looking at the graph, it's hard to tell if I even had an advantage despite the material. Let me see. So this is all standard, normal stuff. We're even here. Get that trade. Okay, that was best to push the pawn there. That was a mistake of his. I should have taken with the knight instead. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. That was a mistake. Yeah, this knight, taking with this knight and letting this pin happen, I thought I would be able to get out of it easily, but the fact that I couldn't castle and it took a lot more moves to try to get rid of the bishop, and then he had other attacks, it took way too long, and he was able to double up and put way too much pressure on that knight. So the knight and the rook here were basically totally out of the game for a long time because they were just stuck there. That was... Okay, yeah, he should have taken the pawn there. That was a miss. That was a miss. It wanted me to castle. Oh, I can castle there. Oh, that was dumb of me, actually. I didn't realize that he wasn't looking into where I was castling, actually. He was looking just beyond it. If I castle here, the rook comes here. I just assumed that he was blocking me from castling with the bishop there. But that was not true. That was a mistake. It still... Okay, it did want me to just play queen d7 to connect the rooks right away. Or king d7. That was great. That was a miss. It really wanted this. Take, take. Then the knight jumps back, I guess. So it wanted me to try to go for this queen trade. He avoids it here, protects the knight. And then I guess his queen is kind of passive there. And the knight is passive. And they're kind of... The queen can't move, and then... Or the knight will hang. Maybe that's the idea there. That was a miss for him to come in. It wanted him to go here right away. I guess just to double up the rooks, which he did after anyways. That was best to kick the knight. Castle was excellent, but it wanted me to castle... Wait, is it saying it wanted me to castle the other way? That can't be right, because that's a blunder, yeah. So it just wanted me to play king f8. That's so weird. I don't know what king f8 does, really. I mean, I did get in trouble later because my king was not over here by the rook, because it could have been a defending piece, which would have been really valuable to free up the knight. But I wasn't thinking of that at this point, really. I wanted the queen here instead. Oh, yeah, no, that's so much better, because then I'm... Oh, yeah, I totally should have played that. Because if I'm here, then I'm able to move the knight right away. Because now this rook is twice defended. Instead I went here, only defended this once. I would have had to go over here afterwards. Or something. And then I still would have been pinned, because now the queen is in sight of the rooks if the knight moves. So there were quite a few defending moves I could have played that would have been really good. Here, after he played that move, that was a mistake, and then I had a nice advantage here. That was a mistake. It wanted me to move the knight right away. Oh, I see, because if he takes here, I have the fork on the king and the queen. That's pretty cool. I wish I found that. Because I was not able to use my advantage at all in material because these pieces were so locked up. And he was able to put like a lot of pressure until I just ended up making a mistake. And then there was my blunder because I just hung this fork. And that was bad. And my time was getting really low. I'd used up so much of it. So it was, I don't know what I was thinking. Oh yeah, I was thinking of going for this check, but I was completely just forgot that it was the only defender here, and then I had jumped back in, so that this threat was still active. And that was basically it. I resigned right after this, once he came and started eating the pawns up and checking me, and then got the skewer on the rook, so it was over. So we're back down to 1139. We're still almost at, we're still like 2 games from 1150. So we might be able to get 1150 pretty soon, which would be really cool. I think I definitely could have played a lot better this game, though. I missed quite a bit of stuff. But he was a pretty strong opponent. He's up to 1177 now. So he's almost at 1200. And yeah, so that was day 38. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on day 39.